All right, look, some of this might be a pipe dream, some of it might come true, but these are my sort of hopes and dreams for Blizzconline on the 19th and 20th of February. So I put a video out a couple of days ago, which was an alleged leak on Reddit. It had mixed opinions because some of the things I said about rushed content people didn't like. You know, as in I don't like the fact that if this leak was true, there's a 9-month gap of content between Black Temple and Sunwell. When I say that, yeah, Zola Man comes out in between that, obviously. But, you know, I'm talking 25-man content, you know, the end game, proper end game content. Now, I think the main thing that people didn't like is when I said about 5 months between Tier 5 and 6 was too long. Now, you're going to understand in this video why I said it's too long because of what I personally would like to see. So what we're going to do, we're going to jump over to what people keep calling on the stream, the casting couch. By the way, stream over on Scottejaye87 on Twitch. Come over and give me a follow. And obviously don't forget to like and subscribe if you liked this video. And if you want to see more from me in the build up to TBC and all throughout TBC, as I say, make sure you click that subscribe button and then you won't miss any content. I'll ring the bell as well. But look, let's jump over to the casting couch and let's have a quick 10-minute discussion about what I would like to see in Blizzconline and what I think is likely to come. So what I'd like, personally, at BlizzCon, and what would be perfect for me, even if there was only a couple of servers per region, would be seasonal servers. So by seasonal servers, I mean fast content releases, just a few months of each tier. And then as each tier comes out, the previous tiers get nerfed into the ground. And yeah, I know, you've heard me on here before say about, you know, I want everything pre-nerf, I want hard content, you know, challenging content, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I do when it's current content, but I think when it's the previous tier, we probably shouldn't care. For me, what that does, if you've got quite short servers, and by short, like, you know, this is purely my opinion, probably just having a bit of fun, and it's probably never going to happen, but it would be absolutely amazing in my opinion if it did. It's basically a cycle, a yearly cycle. So we could go as far as MOP if you wanted to, or just as far as a RAF. A lot of people say RAF is where they should stop. But a year of vanilla, a year of TBC, a year of RAF, reset, if you want to reset. But obviously at the end of each season, you get the option of keeping your character on a forever realm, like was, you know, mentioned, the vanilla forever realm was mentioned in the Reddit leak. So that way, and to clarify a little bit, let's not talk about vanilla because vanilla is fairly obvious how that would work, but let's talk about TBC. So it would start with Tier 4 and Tier 5 available. You would have that for probably 3 months. Now, there'd be pre-nerf, there'd be fairly challenging, but then when Tier 6 comes out, nerf Tier 4 and 5, so they're really accessible to everybody. So those people who took a little bit longer leveling, or, you know, couldn't find that right guild where they could clear the content before, you know, pre-nerf, now they still get to experience all the fights. They're going to be easier, and yeah, people are probably like, well, yeah, that makes the loot. You know, those people who are slaving away to get that specific item from KT or Vash or whatever, you know, or Magfaradon, it doesn't matter, whatever. You know, they've had to work extra hard to get that item. Now a group of people can just go in and kill it and get it. You know, I get that. That could be quite frustrating, but do you care? Because I think the idea of these seasonal servers is not really about the loot. It's about getting through the content nice and quick. Whether you get through it pre-nerf, post-nerf, whatever, you know, to me that wouldn't matter too much. Now, the way I see that being a real big positive is I don't think you'd get people dropping off. You know, because with like 3 months between each tier or something like that, you know, let's use that roughly. You know, even when you get to Sunwell and you clear Sunwell, let's say you are that really sweaty guild that, you know, smashes through content really quick. You'll clear Sunwell, and now, you know, you've only got 3 months to wait. You know, 3 months of farming it, which will be fun. You can go back and help, you know, other people who didn't get to do, you know, Illidan or whatever, try and get some glaives, you know, and then you're going to have RAF come out. You know, you're going to be in tier 7 in RAF. Now, I personally like that, and I think I'd probably stick to that cycle for years to come. You know, and when RAF's coming to an end, you know, you've probably had enough of RAF. Along the way, you're going to now have these characters on these forever realms. So, you know, you're now going to have your level 70 that you can farm on TBC content with if you want. You know, your 80 that you can farm in RAF content if you want. You know, if you really like ICC, maybe your guild when you've got established in the new fresh. So when it starts again at vanilla, you know, you've got to the point where now you're just raid logging on there with your world buffs again because they'd probably still be a thing. You know, now in your off time, you can go and do ICC 10 heroic on your old characters, or go and, you know, do some Sunwell, or even just go do Karazhan just for fun. You know, I think it opens up a lot of possibility and would retain a player base ultimately, which I think that's the way we're going is what we're going to lack, especially if that timeline was right, where you're looking at 9 months between Tier 6 and Sunwell Plateau. I think even your average guilds, you know, and I'm saying average, let's say semi-hardcore, not average, we'll say semi-hardcore. They're probably going to have Tier 6 cleared in, let's say, 6 months. I would say, comfortably, you know, if they're really doing, you know, a few days a week raiding. Now, there's a few months there where, yeah, they could farm the content, or you know, in that time where they're sort of down in an extra boss every couple of weeks, they're probably getting the majority of the gear they want. So the only boss they're really bothered about would probably be Illidan or Archimon, you know, the last bosses in Tier 6. Now, that's when you start to see people drop off, start going back to retail, or start going onto these private servers and trying something a little bit different. You know, I mean, even me at the moment, as you maybe some of you know, I'm playing on White Main, so I'm playing, you know, a RAF server, just because I don't want to burn out on TBC before it actually even comes out, or before it even gets announced at BlizzCon, which is going to get announced, isn't it? But I just think it would be nice if Blizzard announced something a little bit differently. I mean, Metagoblin done a fantastic video recently talking about, you know, having the whole thing planned out, you know, getting just more of an announcement than just TBC, you know, and getting these legacy servers where, you know, they might outline everything and say, you know, in 2023 we're going to have RAF, 2025, or we're going to get Cat, just so we know exactly how far they want to go, rather than just taking it every expansion at a time and going, oh, well, TBC's coming to an end, I suppose we better do RAF. And then when RAF starts coming to an end, they're probably like, what do we do now? Do we go into Kata, where we know historically subscriptions dropped off, or do we now go back to vanilla again and start all over again? You know, they're going to have some decisions to make, but I think they should have made those decisions by now and let us know what they are. But as I say, this is just a short little rant, because me personally, I would absolutely love seasonal servers, and I mean, I really hope they get announced. And let's face it, it's not new to Blizzard doing seasonal servers anyway, is it? If we look at Diablo, so it's not like beyond the wit of man for them to actually do, and they must have seen success in those types of servers on Diablo as well, or they wouldn't do it, would they? So that's what I hope for. But now let's talk about realistically what will probably happen. So I reckon we'll get some sort of timeline at Blizzconline. So I reckon they will announce TBC. I don't think we're going to get anything announced other than that. As I say, my whole seasonal dream, it's a pipe dream. That, you know, that's all it is. But I think we'll get an announcement. I think we'll get a date for when the beta starts. I think we'll get an announcement that we're going to get a pre-patch, and they'll probably even detail when the pre-patch is going to be. Probably a specific date, I would imagine, of when the pre-patch is going to be. Then that gives us an idea of how much testing time there's going to be, how long the pre-patch is going to run for. I don't foresee us getting a lot more than that. I don't think they're going to start announcing timelines and saying, yep, you know, like according to that leak, you know, we're going to have 5 months of Tier 4 and 5. I don't reckon they'll get into those specifics. I could stand corrected. I could watch this video back on the 21st of February and be like, you idiot, you know, you've got it completely wrong. But let's hope they don't troll us and release WoW Classic Mobile or something like that, because that would be pretty depressing. But we know we're going to get TBC. I just feel how they deliver it is going to be really, really important. And if we could get some, they need to go the extra mile. That's all I'm saying. You know, TBC, there's loads of content creators, including myself, who are already hyped for TBC, putting content out there, getting everyone like, well, you know, it's coming. I think they need to throw in a curveball. They need to just raise the bar a little bit, you know, rather than just giving us TBC. You know, announce RAF. Announce that, you know, there's going to be, I don't know, another 4 years of expansions that are going to come. Do something. Just do something different. For me, the best thing they could do would be seasonal servers. Thinking slightly outside the box of something they could do, which something that, you know, is really popular in the community, as you know, is hardcore. You know, doing hardcore. Now, how good would it be if they released a couple of realms in each region, or a realm in each region, where they were hardcore, and you didn't need to physically delete your character? You know, you die, your character gets deleted, you have to start again. Again, it's not new to Blizzard. They've done it before. They've done it on Diablo. It's not new. So things like that, I think we could expect to see. I don't think we will, because it's a lot of effort, and we know they're not really into putting too much effort into Classic. But you know, that's it. That's my little rant over. That's my Blizzconline sort of hopes and dreams and what I want to see. Let me know what you want to see, and try and think outside the box in the comments. Leave a comment of something that even if you think it's not going to happen. I don't think seasonal servers are going to happen, but I want seasonal servers, and I think it could work, and I think a large portion of the community would accept that. And the people who are probably sat there now like, oh, you know, rushing through content, oh, we've got families, because they're the comments I get. I've got a family, you know, I'm limited on time. I don't get to sit and play the computer half as much as I want to, but I would still like this rush content, because it would just add something a little bit new. And, you know, getting content continuously, you know, you're always feeling like you're racing against the next content drop. I genuinely would enjoy that, and I think a lot of people would enjoy that as well. But let me know what you would enjoy in the comments, and I'll see you on the next one.